Hi, I'm Bill Eddy, and I've been a lawyer, therapist, mediator, and a teacher and trainer in dealing with high conflict personalities in legal disputes, families, workplace, etc. Now I'm seeing the need to teach these skills to people dealing with political disputes. There's a lot going on, and there's some politicians that are high conflict politicians that need to be voted out of office or prevented from getting into office. Therefore, this short video clip is on one particular technique called a BIFF response. And a BIFF response can be done to tweets and need to be done to tweets, especially President Trump's tweets. He's made a career the last 5 years of dominating and controlling the narrative for the nation and at times the world. And it's a hostile, negative, divisive narrative. And he gets to drive it with his tweets. And with these tweets, he divides people, points the finger at people, does all of that. And what's the answer to this? There needs to be a massive Twitter response. So the method that I've been teaching for 13 years in family, legal, and workplace disputes is called BIFF Responses. And I think that really will apply here. And I hope that people will use Twitter and other means to take this approach. First of all, it's got to be brief. And with tweets, if he gets something out there, it's going to end up in the news and go viral around the world. There needs to be an immediate response, ideally within 1 to 2 hours, so that they go viral together. And that way, you get the message out. They need to be informative, just information, straight information. When it's not emotional, but it's informative, that counters the emotional stuff. When it's emotional, it neutralizes each other. But when it's informational, people go, oh, I didn't realize that. So what he said was total BS. And here's what I'm saying. That it's got a friendly tone. It's not hostile. You know, the fact is decisions are going to be made in elections by moderates. And so if moderates feel offended because it's hostile, they're going to say, oh, you're just two sides arguing, I'm not going to vote. Or I'm going to vote for third parties, something like that. So you want to make people not feel alienated. And firm, that it ends the conversation, doesn't invite a back and forth. It might end with a hypothetical question, but not responding to get the high conflict politician to then do another one. So here's an example. On March 12th, Trump said, I must say, that was a very boring debate. Biden lied when he said, I want to do this, that, and the other thing. And anyway, here's a suggested BIFF response that I wrote, what Biden could have said, and it would have helped if he did it within an hour. Another one of Trump's 16,000 plus false statements. Even Fox News said he proposed adjustment to eligibility for Social Security and quotes, 465 billion in cuts to Medicare providers, close quotes. He told Martha McCallum, quotes, oh, we'll be cutting, close quotes. Would you trust him? How about this one? I only signed the Defense Production Act to combat the Chinese virus, should we need to invoke it in a worst case scenario in the future. Hopefully there'll be no need, but we're all in this together. Well, here's a suggestion I wrote that would have been great if Biden could have responded within an hour. You know, time for action is now. Use the DPA now, don't wait. 1 million could die. And stop calling it Chinese virus. If we're in this together, good opportunity to unite the world, not divide, don't you think? Now, a few days ago, Trump was seriously mistaken when he said the city of Tijuana in Mexico, quotes, is the most heavily coronavirus infected place anywhere in the world. And that's his disparaging remarks again. Well, here's a real response. Tijuana mayor said, the declarations by Donald Trump are understandable. I don't judge him. In the country with the most COVID-19 deaths in the world, protests in more than 50 cities, and elections knocking at the door, it's understandable he has to distract and focus attention on something or someone else, and Tijuana was singled out. And so that's the kind of thing that needs to be done on a massive scale. So I hope you'll consider doing that, get together with other people, do your own, but basically get the message out so that that doesn't just hang with what he says. It has to be responded to. And that's a BIFF response: brief, informative, friendly, and firm. And thank you for watching, and I hope you'll watch the other video clips here as well.